We're coming to you live tonight from Las Vegas, Nevada, awaiting the third presidential debate, less than 2 hours away now. A lot happening, and amongst the leading figures in business globally is Steve Wynn, chairman and CEO of Wynn Resorts, and to have him join us is indeed an honor. Steve, it's great to have you with us. I know you and Donald Trump are friends. I also know you're one of the most prescient and successful analyst of geopolitics as well as presidential. Your thoughts on the night and what's at stake here from your perspective?
Well, I was listening. It's nice to see you, Lou, and to be on Fox. I was listening to you and Senator Sessions a moment ago, you know, getting into the deep and significant discussion about the WikiLeaks, their implications for the country and for the campaign. It reminds me, although I've been reserved about the presidential campaign because I haven't thought that the discussions were on point many times.
Right.
It's the reason national security, immigration, and these issues is the reason why myself and so many people here in Nevada have been working so hard on the campaign of Senator, hopefully, Congressman Joe Heck will take the seat that Harry Reid has held. He's both a general and a doctor, and national security and immigration. It's the reason why so many members
Steve, I
of the Latino
community. I'm a little disappointed to go off the rail onto a senatorial race in which he is, in point of fact, behind right now. Secondly, is not supporting Donald Trump, and thirdly, isn't relevant to the question I asked.
I'm sorry, Lou. If I didn't understand your question properly, would you repeat it then? Maybe I didn't hear you.
Surely. What do you, from your perspective, think is at stake in this presidential race tonight? How significant do you think the stakes are, and who do you think will best serve the national interest?
Okay, what I think is at stake is the future of the economy of the United States of America. We are taking in $3.1 trillion. We are spending $3.7 trillion. We are short by $600 billion a year. We are increasing the money supply by $50 billion a month, thereby degrading and destroying the paychecks of every American and reducing the living standard of every American. If we do not understand that, then we have failed to recognize the issue of our time. We cannot continue this way because, as everything else in the world we are seeing today, when things go wrong, they're going to go wrong very fast and shockingly fast, the way we lost, the way the Soviet Union dissolved, you know, amazingly fast. That's what's going to happen to America.
Which candidate do you think gives the country the best odds of meeting the challenges that you've described?
Well, I think that's the right question for all of us to ask. What have we got to go on? We've got a campaign that has been destructively vicious, that has degraded the level of conversation that I think should be associated with the presidency of the United States. And I don't think that the campaigns have addressed these issues very well. National security has been reduced to...
Can I give you a counter view to that? Because that is a broad sort of conventional thought about the quality of this campaign. For the first time, and I've been covering them since the '76 campaign of Ronald Reagan, I have never heard one candidate dominate an agenda as, irrespective of all the other criticisms that can be made of Donald Trump and have been, and as you are intimating, the fact is he has raised issue after issue after issue that has been the agenda for the debate in this presidential contest, and I have not heard a more substantive discussion about issues that matter to middle class and working Americans than has been the case in 2016. I think he deserves immense credit for that occurring, and I think, in fact, if he weren't in this race, it wouldn't have happened. What do you think?
I think that between the normal warp and woof, the back and forth of the Democrats and the Republicans, that the very issue you're describing has been touched upon in sound bites and headlines with no body copy. So, Lou, I've got to take issue with your position. I think that the subject's been touched but never really explored. And I think it'd be wonderful,
So
since I know Donald for 30
favoritism?
years.
You have no judgment about who would be the
I know both
candidate?
I know both candidates. I know Hillary and Bill Clinton, and I know Donald Trump. They're all very intelligent people. But the process that we're engaged in now has been degraded. And you know it, and I know it. It's all about propaganda. It's very, very short on substance. And I think it'd be wonderful if in this third debate tonight that we get to that. We deal with it locally, but we don't deal with it nationally, to my satisfaction.
Well, Steve, I appreciate your view, and I appreciate your caution in sharing your views on which candidate you think could respond to these challenges. There are going to be 135 million Americans who are not going to have that luxury come 3 weeks. We're going to make a decision, and I know that you will make yours, and it will be based on your reasoning and values.
I'm not so much cautious as I am frustrated by the fact that this conversation should be much deeper, more substantive. Yeah. God lives in the details, and I'm hoping that we'll see more of them tonight.
Let me get real deep. Let me get real deep. Do you or do you not support Donald Trump, or do you not support Hillary Clinton?
I'm going to vote in this election, after I watch this debate tonight, on the perception that I'm left with in this campaign when we get to the day of voting, based upon what will happen.
Are you going to look at WikiLeaks information as well? Are you going to look at what was contained in the WikiLeaks releases, the video of that James O'Keefe has revealed?
Yes.
But
I'm going to look at everything.
We're getting deeper, and we're getting broader, and we're going to get to the truth. Steve, I apologize. We've got very little time. I'm well over time. It's always good to talk with you, my friend, and I hope that you will give me a call when you do decide who it is that you want to support. We'd love to share that with our audience.
Okay, I will.